Looking good is good business. There's lots of data and research to show that it actually pays to look good. Some of them get the jobs. In fact, there was one I saw that some of them sometimes get lesser prison sentence. If you look good, they realize that sometimes judges will say, okay, you don't deserve to be in prison for too long. But that's some data. It wasn't conducted in Nigeria. So we're talking about that all-important conversation. We all want to look good, absolutely. So we have two experts joining us today on the show. The top two on that list of what to pay attention to if you want to look good will be your hair and your skin, absolutely. So we have right here in our studio, we'll begin from her, Omozo Ogurumbi. She is a CEO, co-founder, All Naturals Beauty Nigeria Limited. Of course, obviously, hair specialist and expert. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
And you have lovely hair. I can't help it. It's full.
It's our work.
It's our work, right? You need to introduce her to us. Who do we have here?
This is Peace, my mannequin. Very reliable and trustworthy.
Funny story. I have some sort of reservation when it comes to mannequins. I think it's called automatonophobia.
Wow.
So every time I'm around mannequins, I feel that presence. But you know what?
Interesting.
Peace is looking at Bukola, so I'm safe.
So you're safe, right?
I'm going to hand over to Bukola. We'll have a dermatologist also join us very soon. But let's begin with the hair. It's over to you now, Bukola.
All right. So I also see that your mannequin has natural hair.
Yes.
Is it deliberate? Is it a brand thing?
It is. Actually, it is. So it helps us with coaching. Our clients helps us with training. New stylists, and also helps us with training ourselves too. So natural hair is primarily what we do, and because the idea is that the hair that you are born with is good enough for you to live with, for you to interact in society with. So we are a professional organization, a professional hair salon where we care for and style natural hair.
So that's why, actually, my first question to you, as I reflected on today's conversation, was about that debate on social media. Have we been sold a lie about our natural hair, about who we are? Because it birthed something bigger, and people began to say, who natural hair?
Yes.
So that's where we should start from.
First of all, I when I'm training or talking about this, I can talk about hair for a long time, so I'll try to be brief. There is the politics of hair, there is the economics of hair, there is the sociology of hair, there's the history of hair. When it comes to black women and their hair, it's interesting that that seems to be the major debate all over the world. Anywhere you go, there's always the debate about black women and their hair. Is it tidy enough? Is it neat enough? Is it professional enough? Can you use it for your wedding? And the answer to all those questions is yes. This, like I always say, it's a hygiene issue. It's not about just anything frivolous. This is who you are. So your choice of how you would wear it still means you have to take care of your hair anyway. So perhaps some of those comments come from bad experiences, poor knowledge, maybe they didn't know how to handle the hair, or maybe when they were interacting with somebody and they had natural hair, the person was not very accommodating or very... maybe the person was hostile. So that's one. The other thing too is that there's a lot of propaganda, about natural hair. And the question we should always ask is, who is benefiting? Is it the product manufacturers benefiting? Are the people who sell hair extensions benefiting? Who is benefiting? The other thing too is that if I decide to use extensions on my hair, my younger sister was the one who raised it. She said, why would I choose straight hair and not curly hair? So the question about are we being sold a lie or any of those things is it's mixed with economics, it's mixed with politics, it's mixed with all of these things. So the question I always ask when I get this kind of conversations is, who is benefiting? It's not the person who is carrying her natural hair that is benefiting. Somebody else is benefiting. They're trying to sell you a narrative for their own benefit, for their own gain. And the question is, what is that gain?
I need to just quickly follow up. I know that you talk about the sociology of it. There's even the stereotyping, the propaganda of it. For example, they call it dreads instead of locks. So when you hear dreads, something you dread.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of what it is, locks.
Yeah.
It's actually beautiful
It's hair.
Yeah, so they call it dreadlocks.
Dreadlocks.
Simply locks. So
and there's history to that.
Exactly. So it goes all the way back.
way back.
I'm curious. what side of the divide do you belong? Is it team natural hair or team who natural?
Natural hair.
Of course, you have the answer to that question, but you can ask all the same.
I just
Look at
want to
me.
know, because I think it's always important for people to maybe take a stand, believe what you believe in, and push it forward. For some people, they say whatever works for you, but you have researched this. You know, you've weighed all of the options. Which would you say pays?
Pays is an interesting. My concern is that. My concern is when you strip yourself down to the barest minimum, do you dislike yourself? That's my concern. And we handle hair for children. So if children are coming up, and we dissuade our mothers a lot when it comes to using extensions, it's not time. Just give them some time. They've got years to use extensions. Let them enjoy their hair. Let them know their hair. Let them know themselves. So let them know how to comb their hair, how to shampoo their hair, how to take care of their hair, just the basics. You don't need to know how to do elaborate hairstyles. I say it's personal hygiene, just like you'll teach your child how to use a deodorant, how to clean up themselves, brush their teeth. It's the same thing about how to take care of your hair. So if you feel that that hair is bad, you will not invest in the knowledge of how to care for it, even if it is fake hair. Because we have businesses that you can drop your wigs at, you can drop your weave-ons at, and they'll take care of it for
Dry
you.
cleaning.
They'll dry clean it for you. It's a fantastic business. I wish I thought of it. It's a fantastic business. But the point is, some people will argue it's because of time, some people will argue it's... But do you know, like when you strip yourself to the barest minimum, do you hate your hair? Do you dislike... Maybe hate is harsh. Do you dislike your hair? If you dislike your hair, then let's talk about that. So it's not that, oh, I'm trying to be versatile. You know, I want to do as much as I can with my hair. My older sister is that way. From dreadlocks to freeform to coloring to everything. Right now she has cut her hair into a short cut. So my sister is so versatile with her hair. She uses extensions for braids and stuff like that. But like I said, the question is, when you strip, you take your clothes off, you take everything. Can your husband see you with your natural hair? Can your friends, your wife, can they see you? Do you hate yourself? Because men too, they use extensions. I'm sure some people didn't know that.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Which is what's going to birth my next question. What would you say to women who attach their validation to everything extension rather than their natural hair? You know, and that comes with a lot of concerns. Some people have lost, you know, their front hair.
Yes.
So what would you say to such women?
Apart from losing front hair, people are suffering autoimmune challenges because these extensions, they are chemicals. They're plastic and they have been treated severely so that they would look a certain way and so that they can perform a certain way. So when you have, and there are studies coming out now showing that some of these extensions, especially braiding hair, can may cause some autoimmune, some endocrinological problems and things like that. So if you are dependent on extensions, my question is why? If it's because you don't know how to handle your hair, we are here to help you. If it's because you are losing hair, you are struggling with maybe some sort of alopecia, we are here to help you. If it's because you don't know how to, you feel that I don't look beautiful with my own hair, we are also here to help you. The question is, are you ready? Or is that your belief and you are sticking to it and you are not going to consider anything else?
You know, because they would also say that even, for instance, the picture we're seeing on the board now, comes with an attachment. So those who carry human hair, the weaves.
All these, it's all their hair.
This is all their hair.
No extensions used.
No extension. But there are styles that come with this that, you know, have extensions.
Yes, you can. Yes.
So they would also say to the All Natural that they also have extensions.
Yes, we can use extensions. Like I said earlier, I'm not averse to that. You use it for, variety or for whatever reason. Sometimes it's for drama, dramatic effect, whatever artistic, expression. I understand that. But if in your very core, you believe that your hair is bad, your hair is not good enough to be seen by others, even those closest to you, then we need to then it's not about hair again, no. It's now
It's
about
deeper.
something else.
Fantastic
Exactly.
point you've made, and it's tied to your identity. Your hair is literally your
Yes.
identity. My wife is big on natural hair, even for our daughters, and I know how much work goes into maintaining natural hair, how much money goes into maintaining natural hair, some of which you would walk us through today, whether natural or otherwise. But I'm just curious to, and I'd like you to just tell us straight up, what are the do's and don'ts? And that's the part of the essence of this conversation. What are the do's and don'ts of taking care of your hair? Because I've seen that our hair is way different from others. Our hair is not straight. It has that curve. It's just like
yes.
our life, literally. All those twists.
Woolly hair.
Woolly hair, right? It has
For
a twist and
Africans.
turn.
Yes.
Or is it
For
kinky?
Black Africans, kinky, coily.
Exactly. So what are the do's and don'ts for our hair? Because we just pick a random product and say, oh, this product is trending. It should work for my hair. And my wife will tell you, no, it doesn't work because your hair, it won't flow down. It will go around. Yeah, I'm becoming an expert of sorts,
She's
right?
doing well.
So walk us through some of those do's and don'ts for our kind of hair.
Okay. First of all, my philosophy is keep it simple.
Okay.
And one of the challenges our customers have is, they go online, Pinterest, all these places, and they see all these hairstyles, and they are like, oh, this is how my hair should look, and this is how I want my hair to look, forgetting that the DNA happens, forgetting also that some of these people have spent 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, and some of these people, it's their job
Right.
to have this kind of hair. So while you are TV presenters, you are learning about it, you are developing yourself, somebody whose job is hair is spending more time than you developing that for you to want it. Back to who is benefiting. For you to want it, to desire it, so that they can sell what? So now, like I said, keep it simple. And I believe that everybody should be able to, like I said, shampoo their hair, detangle it, comb it,
Like
loosen
man and
it.
woman, right?
Everybody should.
Because some men have not shampooed.
Please stop using soap.
Oh, wait. Don't wash your hair with soap.
Oh.
Even the men.
Soap, bathing soap. It's
Why are
for
you looking at me? Look at other people. What's
bathing soap is for bathing.
right?
Please use a shampoo.
Wow. Okay. You heard
So,
that,
Kyle,
right?
have you heard?
What?
Have you heard?
There's a shampoo.
I'm
here.
sure he uses shampoo, with his wife at
actually,
home,
I do.
who is teaching him.
And
the
she's
There's
business.
like a
watching, by the
whole-
way. So maybe there'll be a shampoo in the bathroom
The greens,
by this
I'm
evening.
not going to mention, but go ahead.
So, first of all, keep your hair clean. Oh dear, please keep your hair and your scalp clean. This mission of how long can I go without shampooing my hair is a terrible mission. Can I do this hairstyle and not shampoo my hair for 6 months? Come on, why are we doing this? It will smell. It will smell. Some people smell not because they are not using deodorant, but because their hair has not been shampooed.
Ouch.
So please shampoo your hair. We would
How
say
often? I'm sorry. Just to
rule
be
of
clear,
thumb,
how often?
every 2 weeks. But there are some people who sweat a lot. They should shampoo more frequently. Some people may have scalp issues like psoriasis. They may need to shampoo more frequently. Some people are athletes. They're swimming, they're doing all those things. So they may need to shampoo more frequently. Now, the type of shampoo they will use is what we will now discuss. So generally, every 2 weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, shampoo your hair, clean your
So
scalp.
when I'm taking my bath in the morning, if I
don't
shampooed
need
yesterday,
to.
I don't need to wash my hair
You can
at all.
just rinse out. You can just
With
use
just water. But what about the coconut oil? Because I use coconut oil and stuff.
Which
'Cause-
that's fine.
so I meant to leave it there.
You can leave it. You add a little bit more. It's okay.
Yeah. So that was,
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm learning.
So you need to do that. Then you also need to use a leave-in conditioner because of our type of hair, because
Yeah.
it dries out very quickly. You may need to use leave-in conditioners frequently. Yeah. Then you also need to what we call seal. So you use a butter or an oil so that the moisture in your hair does not evaporate as quickly, doesn't leave your strands as quickly as it would if it wasn't sealed with oil. So those are basic things. You would need your wide tooth comb to detangle from the ends. Please don't start combing from the roots. That's a big mistake a lot of people make. Don't, even if it's relaxed hair, even if it's straight hair, don't comb or brush from the roots. Start from the ends and then work your way to the roots. I also encourage working in sections. Any hair type, our own kinky hair that's natural, as well as relaxed hair. Work in sections. When you don't work in sections, you get frustrated. You can snap through tangles, and then you think your hair is falling out when you are just using bad technique. So work through sections. And something most people don't have is a pair of cutting scissors. I'm not saying you should hold it so that you can, give yourself a haircut. No, you take it so that if there are any tangles that you are unable to detangle easily, you just clip that knot off. If you do it frequently, after some time, you do it less frequently because your hair has less knots because you've been handling it properly. And one thing, too, that people miss is sleeping with a head covering. So either a satin bonnet or a scarf. And if for some reason, it's not sexy enough or you get too hot.
Even men should do that.
It depends on how well you want your hair to. You see some guys that their hair is like, wow.
So actually,
those
mine
guys
got
are
me,
taking time.
You can do, is it a durag or that particular
Yes.
thing? But I'm like, wait a minute.
But if you don't want to do that, just get a satin pillowcase, satin or silk pillowcase. Put it on your pillow.
Okay.
And then you can.
So that way you don't lose the moisture or.
So
sometimes I
men should
don't.
go to that length too.
It's not
Let's
that
say they don't get
complicated.
work.
though. But it's not that complicated.
Okay.
Because if it's your pillowcase, it's your pillow, right? So you're sleeping on it every night. The thing about the cotton is that it dries
Absorbs,
out, yes, your hair so much because you're, lying on the pillow for hours. So it dries out. So your satin and your silk helps to retain a bit more moisture than that. So those are the basics. Those are the basics. Then when you now want to start, I want to grow my hair to waist length and all of those things, then we now start getting into some more nitty gritty, what kind of shampoo, what kind of treatments and stuff like that. But people can get away with healthy, long hair with the basics.
Now, I was beginning to feel guilty. So, Kade, you're not alone. So, for ladies who have their hair in weaves for weeks, who have their hair in braids for weeks, and don't, get to do all of that hair care, that seems like a lot of work for us because, you go to work every other day and you want some stability with your hair. What's the recommended amount of time that you should carry braids for such that you don't miss out on that crucial hair care, that you have taken us through now?
Now, there are the benefits of having the wigs and stuff like that. But if that is your regular hairstyle, it becomes problematic. So that's when you now start having the alopecia, you now start having hair loss, different parts of your hair. So every time I give a time limit, my customers will say, hey, Madam All Naturals, because you want to sell markets. So I would say if you are stretching it, 2 months is enough. 2 months. But the trick is you can actually shampoo your hair with your braids in.
I can?
Yes, you can. You can actually clean your scalp as well. If you don't want to shampoo your hair because, I don't have enough time for it to dry properly, you can clean your scalp while your braids are in. Your scalp needs to be clean so that your hair can thrive.
Relaxer. Okay, well, maybe two-pronged question, really. First, obviously, this is very expensive. So, so how can I keep it? I'm earning minimum wage, but I still want to look good. At least I want my hair to be well taken care of.
But by the way, he's not earning minimum wage.
I was going to
I
say,
am earning.
however.
I am earning fair wage. But yeah, you get the point.
Yes.
So how do you ensure you don't break the bank, still look good, and just relax our conversation? Do we still relax our hair or not? It's a two-pronged question.
It is. It does not have to be expensive. Like I said before, you're looking at all these pictures and you think that that's the norm. It's not the norm. So your hair care and your hairstyling does not have to be expensive. We've pushed away we call it local hairstyles. There were names they used to call it. Can't remember, Calabar or no, not Patewo. There were the derogatory names. I think they would call it like yes, for our hairstyle, for our weaving. Oh, but as soon as the foreigners called it cornrows, I'd like to have cornrows, which is weaving. So you can be creative with your weaving and it will not cost you so much. You can twist your hair and it will not cost you so much. Products
are expensive.
Yes, but if you use them properly, you don't have to replenish them so frequently. So sometimes when we don't shampoo our hair well, or we don't shampoo our hair at all, you tend to now start using a lot of oils, a lot of this to give it shine and all of those things. So you're going to deplete the product faster than it should. So when you know what to do and how to do it, it saves you time, it saves you money, it saves you heartache. Relaxers. Personally, my philosophy is that I can style my hair any way I want to without having to permanently alter the texture of my hair with chemicals. And that's what a relaxer does. A relaxer breaks down the protein bonds of your hair so that it can lay straight. Some of the pictures you'd have seen somebody with straight hair. She's got natural hair. We just did a silk press for her. When she's ready, she'll shampoo it and it'll go back to that. So you can wear your hair straight. You can braid your hair. You can wear your wigs. You can do whatever you want without having to alter the texture permanently, because there she is. Because once new growth comes out...
That's her natural hair.
That's her natural hair. We just did a silk
Beautiful.
press to straighten it. You know? So once new growth comes out, you've got to apply the relaxer again so that it's straight, and you continue to repeat that process. Again, studies are coming out suggesting that relaxers may be causing fibroids in black women and some other, like I said, endocrinological issues ahead. So these chemicals are harsh. Think about it. You're applying a chemical that is going to so work on your strands that it will not be what it is anymore.
So definitely not for children.
Definitely my philosophy, my own philosophy, definitely not for children.
What about people that have chosen not to keep hair, either as a result of nature, nurture, or decision? Is there any tip for them?
Yeah, and there are women like that.
Just shiny.
Yes.
They just shine it.
Still keep your scalp clean. Because when you go outside, there's dust, there are fumes, there's all kinds of stuff. Because you don't have hair on your scalp does not mean your scalp does not get dirty and in need of cleaning. So should you use a shampoo if you are, as we call it, gorimapa? Please do.
I think the person that needed the message has gotten it right, Kazi.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're just having a conversation.
Just a
and
conversation.
Peace is looking at you funny. Madam All Naturals, we have to thank you. That's what a lot of people call you, I guess.
Yes, our President Omozo.
Oh, there you go. Omozo Ogurubi, thank you so much for your time. We had hoped to have a dermatologist, a consultant dermatologist with us on the show, but not today. Tricky connection getting to her. But not to worry, we'll get you that conversation as the days go by. So if you've got questions for her, you can send them our way. We'll push them to her, and then she'll get to answer the questions. #CTV Morning Brief. So that's what we have for you on this, part of the divide. We'll go on a quick break now, and when we return, we'll have something to cheer you up even further. Stay with us right here. It's still the Morning Brief.